Yo, with Dru Hill. You're locked in right now with us, David Heiber, and One Door at a Time podcast. Keep it locked.
Welcome to another episode of Concentric Educational Solutions podcast, One Door at a Time, where we bring the intersection of community, family, entrepreneurship, and education. We were in season 4 about being an entrepreneur, and there's nothing else that speaks about the history and the synergy and the power of Baltimore than Dru Hill. And so we have to switch it up. It's called the remix. You know what I mean? Sleeping in my bed, going all the way back, taking y'all back. But I have a special guest, Dru Hill, today. Blessing me again. Saw them in 2022. Y'all came through, did your thing. Blessed the summit and the energy, the synergy, just about being from Baltimore and what it means. I just want to thank you.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Speaking of beauty, walks by me every day. Every love on the same. The woman that stole my heart. And beauty is her name. I hope that I can make you mine. For another man steals your heart. And once there's beauty in mine, swear we will never be. You are. No,
Someone just got pregnant. Someone just got pregnant.
By osmosis.
Yes, by osmosis, right? But no, I just want to thank you. None of y'all need introduction, but just for the sake of introductions, we're just going to do it. We're going to start over here with my man Black. Introduce yourself. Where you from?
What up? My name is Black, man. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
Smoke from Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
What's going on? It's your boy Nokio, North in Utah, West Baltimore.
What you know about Utah Place?
I grew up in Utah Gardens.
right. I'm Cisco, traumatized from going over Nokio's house in Utah Garden, Eastside Baltimore.
Oh man, what's good? It's your boy Scola De Niro, EA, West Baltimore, East Baltimore, Park Heights, Cherry Hill. I'm everywhere.
Wow. So I always start saying, like, what was the journey, right? But your journey was so unique, not just from your upbringing and your childhood, but just from the experience in the industry, and just being in the limelight. Like, talk about those early days. So a lot of people they don't see the struggle, right? They don't see the endless nights, the rehearsal, the shitty hotels, you know what I mean? The Spirit Air, you know what I mean? All that stuff, right? Now, you know, and they see the glamour. What was that early struggle like?
Well, we was struggling on the charts, trying to beat Scola. Because when we first came out, his song "Let's Get Personal" was like #1 R&B record. Man, it took us weeks to beat that record. So you know, needless to say, we was, you know, hoping that one day we could work together, and then as the stars aligned, we were able to work with him.
Okay, what were some of the things that you felt coming through? That, like, what was that breakthrough moment when you were like, damn?
I mean, like, I would have to say probably the day we got our deal, because you know, like we had already been signed, you know, for a couple years, and you know, we pretty much met with like every label that existed. So the head of the production company we were signed to was like, look, y'all take this trip to New York with me tonight. We're gonna have this meeting, and if it don't work out, I'm gonna let y'all out y'all deal. So we like, yeah, whatever. This is like the 5,000th meeting, and we walked in, and they said, look, we're gonna play You Tell Me. If y'all can sing the hook back to us in 15 minutes, you have a song on the radio in 30 days. And we like, yeah, whatever. And sure enough, they came back, we sang it. They took us in the A room of the Hit Factory studio that's not here no more for, you know, people who, you know, big iconic studio. They took us in the A room, and we ended up there like 2-3 days with the same clothes on. Like, man, we got a deal. We hadn't seen the deal. They like walked in the hallway. They walked in. No, I mean, like, they literally like walked in the hallway, and it was like, look, if they record this song, they signed to me, right? And they shook hands, and we got the paperwork like 6 months later or something.
Right.
It was like, yeah.
And we learned it in less than 15 minutes. We was kind of messing around for the extra 10. But our very first my very first concert ever was going to see Jodeci live, right? And so we go to see Jodeci, and Smoking Black is on stage with them.
Yeah, they was in the basement. Jam and Genuine and Sister and Missy Magoo, all of it.
Rest in peace, Static Major.
So as y'all going through it, and you go through a lot of iterations, right, and a lot of challenges. I remember this time last year, 2 years ago, like you're grinding. We just got Concentric just got Series A funding, and it's like you take a deep breath, like wow, like all the stuff that you go through. But then the iterations change, and different people come aboard. How did everybody else join? How did y'all join?
Well, after we saw them on, that was my first concert. I was like, yo, we gotta get signed, bro. We got signed that summer.
Uh-huh.
And then fast forward, a couple platinum hits later, and we ended up on the same label together.
We
Player
actually took him
and
on
Dru Hill,
that.
yep.
We took him on that first tour. Well, look, my son's mother used to come home every day because she worked at Def Jam, and she was like, "If you don't work with these guys, I'm gonna leave you." So when we did Enter the Drew, and it was like our first tour, like ourselves, and we were like, we were going to take, we decide what we wanted to do. So it was like, nah, we're gonna take Player with us, and like I remember one day I'm at like sound check, and I'm like, how do they sing with three people but sound like they singing more harmony than us? So the rest is history for real.
So talk about that. Your time with Player. Like, because I literally lost. I remember my ex-wife at the time. Like, yeah, like she left someplace with somebody else that night.
Oh, man.
Right, because of that song.
Oh,
Cheers to you. Like, so,
My fault.
meet again.
Right. This is Black, man. It just for us, it was always a common brotherhood, right? You respect talent. You know what I mean? So we already had a mutual respect for Dru Hill before even meeting him. Because how can you not? You know what I mean? Yeah. I'll tell you this though. I snuck back to watch us. So when we finally got on tour together, I snuck and watched one of their sound checks because I can't believe they was jumping and singing at the same damn time. You know what I mean? So I was like, it's got to be bullshit, right? So I go back and I watched the sound check and I was like, dawg, I go back to tell Smokey instead. I say, dawg, them motherfuckers is doing that shit for real, dude. They do it. Yeah. So, but it was always a mutual respect, man. So, and then having a lot of the same influences made it just easier. And then just built a brotherhood from that tour. You know what I mean? When you on tour and it's just us and them, it's us against the world. You know what I mean? Even though it's separate groups, if something happened to them, you know what I mean, or something happened to us, it's like us against the whole public. You know what I mean? So we bonded. You know what I mean? Pinocchio spent so much time messing around with us. You know what I mean? Drinking and just having a good time partying. Just everything, man. It was just like, I
remember going to the radio station in the morning like, hey, look, is Player coming? He was like, they was like, fuck that.
Because it would be like 3:00 in the morning. We sitting there drinking, and I'm like, yeah, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. We got radio in the morning, and they'd be like, hey, Pinocchio, guess what? We ain't doing radio. Matter of fact, let me call the label right now. We not going.
There's such a genuine energy with you cats, right? So meeting y'all 2 years ago, because I've always been a fan, and then meeting y'all 2 years ago, and like the energy, and like the brotherhood. Like, so I'm a part of a fraternity, and like there's nonverbal communication, there's energy. You're like, nah, he just on his bullshit today, or blah, blah. Like how does that form with y'all? Like, because you can feel it. Like you literally you can feel it.
It's really unexplainable, man. Like before I came aboard, I used to ask Pinocchio the same thing. Like, what's this energy, man? Like I can't describe it. Maybe one of them can. Maybe it's just the dragon. I don't know.
He knew because him and Noak knew each other. I think their dads knew each other.
Our dads used to run together in Baltimore.
He said, "Don't hold back."
I started out
Don't sugarcoat it. Tell them what it is, yo.
I started out at Baltimore City College.
Okay. Oh, you was at City College.
I went to City, and then I got thrown out of City.
I love it.
I got expelled, actually.
Yes.
And then, so it was like, you know, it don't matter. So, like I grew up around educators. Like my grandfather was like my kindergarten principal. My grandmother taught English. My aunt taught English. So they pretty much knew everybody in the school system. So when I went to the school board to have, you know, my trial or hearing or whatever, they looked and it was like, Mickey and Jackie, that's your grandson? They was like, boy, you can go any school you want to. But I didn't end up going back to City because at that point it was kind of like the profiling of like, you know, they had like my parents in school and it's like, well, don't you think your son dressed too nice just to be coming to school and, you know, all that stuff.
Oh, he did,
so
yo.
I ended up,
Nah, he used to wear like a 3-piece suit and a briefcase. I'm not joking.
so then
We look so dusty by comparison.
My yearbook picture I got on too. So then I ended up going to Douglas for music careers, you know, music careers program. So, you know, that's kind of like how the group, you know, grew into where we are now.
Because I came from Delaware. Don't make fun, right?
I remember I didn't think people lived in Delaware. I just thought you
It's
rode
not-
the train
Usually
through
you
there.
choose Philly, you associate yourself with Philly, or you down in Baltimore. So because of my checkered past, Baltimore City public schools was the only school system that would hire me. They were like, you have a gun charge? I said, no. You got a kid charge? No. You got a drug charge? No. Come teach. My first year teaching was at Forest Park. Forest Park around the way. Madonna was the first mall I went in. I called my man up. I was like, yo, they got 2 liquor stores, one on each corner.
Right.
You know, I said,
one downstairs that was across from
I never see that joint. So then I transferred. I went to Southwestern High School as a history teacher. Yeah, I was at Southwestern, Pigtown. Yes. Yeah. And then my second year, I became an assistant principal. But
You was right in the boy. You was.
But then when I was
He was and you was in the wire.
I was on Rolling Road, then came and moved on Dru Hill Park Drive, overlooking the park.
My grandparents lived on Woodbrook.
Remember, so the chateau, right? I overlooked that joint. I used to run to the Y on Dru Hill, and I always wanted those brownstones on Utah. And I couldn't afford that shit. But now I live in 19. I'll leave out the brownstones. Yeah, the brownstones. Nice. 6,000 square feet. So y'all have almost come like full circle, right? It's been so many years. Like, what keeps the energy going? Where y'all like, like this is something.
I cuss a lot.
It's good to have. It's good to have hits. It's good to have hits, man. A lot of people don't know that we're somewhere different around the world every week. Like we just got back from South Africa. And
I heard.
and every week we're somewhere different around the world. So look out, Dru Hill coming.
I think it's more like to even add to what Cisco's saying. Man, first of all, we blessed, right? It's a blessing to be able to make money doing what you actually love and what you was born to do. You know what I mean? So I think I can speak for everybody when I say this. We don't take that lightly. You know what I mean? We come to work to do our jobs. You know what I mean? And we that's our badge of honor. For you to love us enough to want to see us, to want to buy our records, at least we could do is show up and show out. You know what I mean? Like we I believe that we try to leave everything on the stage every night.
Yeah.
Facts. So that's what I was gonna say, man. For people like yourself, we appreciate you. You know, getting at us every time when you want something done, man. You holler at us, man. So I just wanted to say, we want to say we really appreciate you.
No, I think my youngest daughter came from last summer when we met. I think after the concert, I think that's where she came from. So that I think
It be happening. No, I mean, because the funny thing about like saying like you saying that is like we would never the sexual group, you know, like how Jodeci was, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But it's like people had the most sex to like our songs for real. Like we weren't like, you know, like we weren't, you know, it was a different thing. And I wouldn't say that like we were going for like Disney or you know stuff like that, but it was just stuff that like we didn't have to do, and you know they were just kind of like, look, we're gonna teach y'all how to be marquee artists, and if you want to do this for the rest of your life, this is what you know you got to do to do it. That's what, and you know it was the same people that was around New Edition, and you know what I'm saying, all these other people. So when you get that knowledge and view on you, you know it's hard not to just keep being great. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to like halfway do it for real.
You know, I think you said something very profound. Is that no matter how hard our days get, and like where we grew up from, like that shit is rough out there. When you go back around the way, and you be like, damn, you know, I was literally as you were talking about everything and what you like, just the day to day. I said, I'm here in Atlanta, interviewing Dru Hill. How bad is my fucking life? Like, regardless of, like, it's perspective. You know what I mean? Like, tomorrow y'all gonna perform in front of 2,000 educators who, like, really kind of came into their own on your music, man. Like, we are blessed. Like, no matter how much the challenges will become. Like, what are some things that that you would tell the audience about the industry, about perspective, about life that, you know what I mean, that they can or walk away with?
NSYNC and 98 Degrees was opening for us on that tour.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah. That's facts.
Facts.
Yeah. Wait, that wasn't the question.
No. All right. So here's what I was going to say this. I was going to surprise y'all with a guest, right? My chapter brother was in one of y'all first videos, Garfield. That's my chapter brother. Yeah. But yeah. He was jammed up. I was like, yo, like, can you pull up on in the A this weekend? He was like, nah. I was like, yo, but Dru Hill about here. But that's my chapter brother.
He was like a big brother.
He was on the S-curve on the
Yeah, he was definitely on.
He know what he had on.
Yeah, the Soul Glow.
Yeah.
He was on the front end, no, for real. He was on the S-curl box. Or the Dukes. Was it Dukes? It was Dukes.
Yeah, I think it was Dukes. I think
One
it
of
was
the two, he was on the box.
What's the
I don't got no hair. I mean,
I'm struck. Yeah. I had to
Hey,
go
yo.
twice. This had to go twice. He didn't the first time.
Hey, look, man, at least it ain't on your scalp and you don't look like a Lego man.
No, it was. I had to scrub that joint off. It went too hard. And so as y'all go into this is what 20.
1,000, yeah.
No, it's up there.
No. Like if you want to go for real, like from like when we officially started, we did our first show together. It was probably like 91.
We was only 14.
So
we used to be
so
called
then we got our
14
deal.
Terry Harmony.
We got our deal in 96. So you know that's what I say. Like by the time it was our time, we had been so refined in what to do that it was just we just needed those little secrets that you can't learn until you in it. But you know,
It's all that time before.
we sang so much that like we had to learn how to sing in the studio because all we knew how to do was just stand there with this whole couple floors of this building up, but get behind that microphone and like,
Yeah, that's why these mics right here, like we blew those.
I can remember
out
having
the
the
wall.
box in
That
the
broke
studio.
those.
You know what I mean? Going in that booth,
Like,
and
it
just
just broke. Yeah.
forgetting
I can't
everything.
use
'Cause I
those.
wasn't used to singing in the booth. You normally.
We broke them.
You know what I mean? I would
Because
go-
when they
I would
first
literally
came
go to
out, we
studio
were
for
using
everything. Like,
and
damn.
it just we were singing too strong and just broke.
Wow. Listen, I want you all to leave the crowd off with something and the audience off with something that they'll look forward to and take with them. One big piece of advice to all those who are aspiring to do what y'all have already done and continue to do.
Man, you know, honestly, just don't take nothing for granted. You know what I mean? Be intentional about everything you do. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do as I move forward in this next phase of my life. Just be intentional and just be the best me I can be every day.
I would say stay prayerful. Stay prayerful. I think it's very important to find a nice balance. You know, when you see us, like right now, it's smoke. When I leave here Thursday, I'll be back to Juwan. And it's, you know, father, grandfather, yada, yada. So yes, sir. So you
don't
gotta,
you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
So I mean, so you got to find that balance. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Grandfather.
Sir, grandfather.
Ooh, man. Oh, man. I don't know. I mean, I would say a couple things. First, always remember that the word business is bigger than the word music.
Oh wow.
So you gotta learn this business. Like a lot of times, you got managers and stuff like that, and people that kind of like separate the artist from the business part, and then like later on in life, they running around and don't know what to do. So learn the business and just be yourself. Like learn to just be, not become. Learn to just be. Like whatever it is, whatever you are, just let that shine. Because most of the stuff that usually, we're in the entertainment business, so people create whatever. But it's like most of the stuff that you feel like is like, oh, I don't want people to see this, is the stuff that humanizes you and brings people, closer to you. So it's like don't ever be afraid just to be you. Like if you want your mustache purple and your beard orange, and you confident in that, rock it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's gonna later on let people know who you were, as opposed to just with all this phony stuff in the businesses sometimes.
Scott?
Be truthful. Be truthful with yourself. When you listen to that record and you know it's not it, don't lie to yourself and say it's it. Keep pushing.
Don't let nobody else lie to you.
And don't let nobody else lie to you neither. Just, man, be as honest as you possibly can. No, because man, sometimes, like, cause sometimes you get like new artists and they'll like a new producer or something, and they'll give you like a track that they did, and it's almost like they want an award for finishing a track. I'm like, okay, yeah, you finished the track, but is this fire? Is this fire, or did you just finish a track? Okay, let me go back in and make that fire track. So just be as honest as possible with yourself as an artist, and don't quit, don't give up, don't be afraid to mess up too.
Absolutely. Scott?
The fellas pretty much said everything that I could possibly say. I would say be relentless, right? But I want to leave y'all with this: the ability to love and accept who you are defies insecurities and trumps fear, in which your presence will exude confidence, man. Coming up, I had to find mine, and sometimes, watching kids that's growing up like we did, they can't find their confidence, and some people fold. So I encourage everybody to find their confidence, young, old, it don't matter. You know what I mean? Confidence and be relentless, man. You feel me? So that's all I
And
got
talk
to
to
say.
people crazy if they not doing no.
Facts. Facts.
I can't say it enough. I'm humbled that y'all would even stop by. No, man, like every single time, like I feel the energy. I reach out to your management, who's my frat brother. Shout out to Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Okay, yo. I mean, it's there's the energy. Like I'm like, yo, how are we gonna pull this together in 30 days?
Did y'all tickle the inside each? I used to mess with Cam.
Yeah.
Y'all,
Right.
when y'all do the handshake, and I'm like, y'all be tickling in the inside each other.
A little something. But he's been a big brother to me. You know what I mean? It's just he's just always there, bouncing ideas off him. Y'all stop by. I'm glad that y'all able to come through NABSE, the National Conference for National Alliance of Black School Educators. I know they're in for a hell of a show tomorrow night.
Shout out to all the educators, like we were talking earlier. Like,
Yeah,
like
let's band together before
they
they try to get rid of everything.
My grandfather was my kindergarten principal. You know, I couldn't play outside at the school, watch TV. They had to sit and read Encyclopedia Britannicas and stuff like that, and they make up science projects. So, I would have been a teacher.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm here.
I was a high school principal
Dang.
at 24.
Boy.
Hey, that's crazy.
Yo, I was wild. But no, I want to thank y'all. As always, I want to thank all of our sponsors. Shout out to Mercedes-Benz of Catonsville. Thank you for putting me in the S580. I need that G-Wagon, though. Y'all.
Hey,
You sleeping on me.
I might have to go back to Mercedes after I seen that giant Mercedes sign.
You see that
outside.
joint? Yeah, yes, right.
It's a beautiful building.
Shout out to everybody who always supports us. Look forward to tomorrow night. As always, you can catch all of our content at concentric.worlds. See you next time. We have a fire coming up for this show. Shout out to Dru Hill. Thank you for stopping by. Yo, y'all are family. See you next time. I'm your host, David Heiber.